6 and 6:30 on My 68.
My first guest is here to open a can of whoop ass. He's a 6-time WWE champion and Hall of Famer. Now, he's the toughest SOB behind the mic with his podcast, The Steve Austin Show. Please give it up for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold. Now, how do you retire from that? Don't you miss that?
You know, it took a long time to get out of my system. It took about 3 years to get out of my system. I rode off into the sunset, and I stayed there in the hill country, San Antonio, Texas. I drank a lot of whiskey. I drank a lot of beers. I hunted a lot. Finally got out of my system. But, you know, anytime you get around this, it's just instant adrenaline. Damn near gives me a flashback. I went on YouTube. It's been a while since you and me seen each other.
Yeah.
I went on YouTube, because last time I seen you was at the anti-bullying campaign.
Yeah.
And so I said, man, let me check some Arsenio out. And you had the Ultimate Warrior on.
That old one.
And he started flipping the furniture.
Yeah.
And then he said by you. And I said, Arsenio is really scared, or he a good actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Daniel Day-Lewis ain't got nothing on you.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit of both. I'm an all-right actor, but with a white man that big, you don't know what's going to happen, you know? You know, and all the makeup, and he's not in Kiss. You know, it's very scary. But you're right, we did a benefit downtown, or a charity event downtown.
Yeah,
you're good with kids.
Well, I did kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you walked around there and talked to the kids and everything. You didn't tell me or them about the new network.
Oh, the WWE Network?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they're gonna unleash that on February 24th?
Yes, yes.
February 24th, WWE Network's coming out. They got 100,000 hours of original content. They're coming up with some more reality shows. It's going to be 24/7 access for the WWE fans. Now, you're still going to have Monday Night Raw. You're going to have your SmackDown on Friday. All that's in place. And you get all the pay-per-views for $9.99 a month. It's a hell of a deal for the working man to save some ducats.
Yes. You know, Vince is going to take all the credit for it, but you were very involved in creating this network.
Well, I mean, just laying body parts all over the country. Inside a square circle, but I mean, I didn't really have nothing to do with it. I was a big part of that company back in the day, the Attitude Era, probably one of the greatest periods in pro wrestling, or as they call it these days, sports entertainment. But, you know, a lot of guys before me left some body parts all over the place, and they will continue to do so as they entertain their very diverse fan base.
You're being a little modest, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I know that the storyline...
You remember a big wrestling fan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I actually saw... You remember the first wrestling match you ever saw?
Man, I was changing channels in Edna, Texas, and I can't remember who was in the ring, but they had an Iron Claw on Dusty Rhodes, and he was bleeding, and the security guard was walking around, and I kept telling my mom, she was reading a magazine, I said, Mom, why don't that security guard help Dusty? And she kind of rolled her eyes, you know, and Dusty was bleeding, and I figured he should jump in and help.
Yes.
Of course, he was in on the fix, right? So, yeah, but I just go way back.
Oh, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and I went to the Cleveland Arena with my dad and saw Bobo Brazil.
Big star.
Yes.
Big star, going way back.
Yeah, but I happen to know that wrestling had a problem for a while, and then the storyline where you and Vince battled, where you took on establishment per se, kind of flipped the numbers and sent it upward.
Yeah. You know, we had that period of the Monday Night Wars, and, you know, and WCW came out with their Monday Night show, Monday Nitro, and we was going head to head, and we got our ass kicked for 2 years. And then finally we started cooking things up, and everybody started heating up, and we started whipping their ass, and ended up, Vince bought that territory from Ted Turner. And,
yes.
You know, closed it down. Hey, man, y'all did that Beaver Vention camera.
Yeah.
I was back. Can I do that?
Absolutely. Is that
we were talking about kids. I love kids too. I got a couple kids.
He came down to the Galen Center and spoke to 5,000 kids, and it was silent while he talked. Bring that.
So that's
the camera right there. That's the Calabasas cam. Right?
Calabasas cam. Just Stone Cold Steve Austin coming to you from the Arsenio Hall. Straighten your act up. I'm gonna come find you and put my size 13 foot up your ass. How dare you did that?
That was very real.
Sometimes you just got to keep it simple.
Yes, yeah.
But you like going back to what you said, man. My mom and dad used to hand out them ass whippings to the house. And if you messed up in the kitchen, mom gonna bust out a wooden spoon on your ass. Yeah.
Yes. My mother hit me with a car antenna one time.
You know, then she had to screw it back on and it was the radio.
Now, get suspended again, make me have to take off work and come up to school.
But see, when we got tough, we did a thing where we outgrew mom's weapons.
Oh,
and so we would start acting. We would fake like we was crying.
Yeah.
And she'd come around the corner and caught us. She knew that we was working
hilarious.
her. And so then it was like, Pulp Fiction when they sent in the wolf.
Yeah.
That's what she sent Dad in for the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
And when Dad started taking off that belt, it was all over, mister.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it started hurting before he got it off.
Yeah. But you do that. You go, Daddy, I promise I'm never going to do it anymore. I promise I'm never going to do it. I know you're not going to do it anymore.
Bam! Got to get it.
But those ass whippings was given with love.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be back with more love from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Insane! Oh my, bass players. He's the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the bass.
Laying it down. I'm digging it.
Loud and funky. And don't give him a beer.
You go crazy if you give him a beer?
Yes, sir. I'm sitting with Stone Cold. Hey, for real wrestling fans, I got to deal with this CM Punk situation.
Right.
He quit the WWE 2 days ago. Is that real or is that storyline?
The word on the street was it was real. But see, I was back in a place when I walked away from the company. I didn't like what they had to tell me, so I took my ball and went home as they spun it and lost out on a lot of money. So see him, I just think he was backed against the corner, he got a little frustrated, and he took his ball and went home. Now, I think one or two things will happen. I think Vince will fly down there to Chicago or wherever he is and work some Jedi mind tricks and convince him to come back. Yeah. Or maybe Hugh will think through the process, and he's got a lot of years left in the tank, and never leave money on the table when you can go ahead and make that money, because it don't matter what happens. They keep sending these little gimmicks in the mail, and they're called bills, and you must pay your bills. Yeah. So, I do my show for a working man. I consider Punk a very good friend, and I know he probably really is going through a lot of stress, and I wish him well. I think it is a real deal, but I would like to think that he will come back. But he's a pretty hard-headed young man, so we will see what happens. Bad timing because you got WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
Going down in the Superdome, so man, that's going to be a good payday and a good ride to make.
Some cream there.
You got to have some ducats.
Hey, by the way, Dana White, president of the UFC, was here, and he called Vince a maniac. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all you had to say. I've said it in a few with a little bit more salt and pepper on it. But with all due respect, I mean, Vince is a different animal, and he's got a lot of vision, he's got a lot of guts, and he ain't afraid to go out on a limb. I got to watch my language, but I mean, I'm crazy as hell. But I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
Hey, I keep seeing myself on this close-up out here, and people, normally I keep my goatee a little bit shorter than this, but I'm growing it out. I got a new project I'm starting. So the reason it looks so jacked up is because I was trimming it to go do that WWE Network unveiling, and I hacked off about 2 months growth.
You should get the I don't know if I can. I'm not a man like you.
But you got to come hunting down there at the ranch with me.
Yeah. We got to talk about.
But that's cute.
Oh, cute.
If that goatee is cute, give me a hell yeah. It's cute.
Okay, Mr. Austin. Tell them about your podcast and how they can check that out?
Man, I do a podcast. It drops twice a week. I do a family-friendly show on Tuesday. You know, I keep no cussing in it.
So the kids can listen on
Anybody can listen to it. And I drop some good 411 about, you know, some tips, this, that, whatever. I don't really get into politics, religion, stuff like that. That's a divisive subject.
Right.
What I'm trying to provide is audio whoop-ass for the working man or the working woman as they drive to and from work or sit at work on their computer and give them some entertainment. And on that Thursday show, it's called Steve Austin Show Unleashed. And you can check the shows out on podcastone.com or iTunes under the sports and recreation. They're free to download. And that Unleashed version is everything but the kitchen sink. And when I say that, it carries an explicit tag.
Okay.
You know, much in the vein of, you know, go back to the Richard Pryors and the Carlins. Now, I'm not one of those guys, but
Right.
lots of language.
You're somewhere between Luke Campbell and Richard Pryor.
Yeah. That'd be somewhere right there. And the Tuesday show would be Jerry Seinfeld and Bill Cosby.
Yes, yes.
Can you did that?
For the whole family.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to try to explain this. I'm going to let you explain it. In wrestling, there's a thing, and you were the best at it. It's called cutting a promo. To explain what that is.
Well, I mean, you cutting a promo, there's like you and me got a wrestling match. Well, I've got to talk about you. And, you know, you're going to be a grade A opponent. And if there's a personal issue between us, that's going to make it even better. So basically all it is a verbal back and forth between two cats to draw money to make these people feel what we're feeling and want to pay the money to buy that ticket.
Right, right. And all the different hook phrases are important. You were great at coming up with
I
stuff.
mean, you can go out there and just start flapping your gums, but if it don't mean nothing, if you ain't pulling nobody's heartstrings and getting to somebody's guts, it don't mean nothing.
Right.
Sometimes less is more, sometimes a lot is better. It all depends on the message you got, but if it's coming from your heart, your guts, and your soul, and you mean it, that's the biggest thing. You have to mean it.
I had an argument with Barry Manilow in a hotel, and he jumped on my back. He jumped on my back, and I couldn't get him off. We've had this running thing. See, I released a record a long time ago, made a lot of money under the name Blackie Manilow, and Barry Manilow tried to sue me because he said that's his name and all. And so he jumped on my back the other night at a Grammy thing, and I went, so, yeah.
Now tell me that Barry Manilow whooped your ass.
Well, no. I just couldn't get him off. I couldn't get him off. You know?
Did Barry cut a promo on you? Hey, check it out. CM Punk just leaves the WWE. They're looking for a main event. Barry Manilow, Arsenio Hall, WrestleMania 30.
Wait, you got a mic? Yeah, cool. Okay. Should I come in? Can I come in there? And I don't mean to fart. Stop smiling. Okay, I'm gonna cut it. Now, how do I do this? Wait, I'm gonna look at Barry Manilow.
Well, who you calling out? You calling out Barry Manilow?
I want to call out Barry Manilow.
Yeah, I mean, who do you ever beat? Man thinks he can play a piano. He can't play nothing.
Right.
He can't sing.
You can't beat Mandy.
You going to the
Yeah, you better write the songs. Just write the songs. Because if you come in the square circle with me, I'm going to make you dizzy when I get busy, Barry.
Yeah. You got it. Give me a little bit more. Something personal, but not too personal.
I write the songs, bitch.
And that's the bottom line.
Blackie Manilow, that could be my name. Blackie Manilow. If I win the lawsuit with him, I'm going to keep Blackie Manilow in.
Keep Blackie Manilow.
My wrestling name.
But what's going to be your finishing move?
Well, since I said that dizzy thing, maybe some kind of chokehold.
Chokehold.
You know.
You got to do something with sudden impact. But then you go to the chokehold. That way they can pull his hand up a couple times. On that third time, he keeps it up. You know, like
Yeah.
Little drama.
I can bust a bottle of grape Kool-Aid. And is there a such thing as a bottle?
But he wear a white suit so we can see the Kool-Aid. It's going to be a visual.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. You know what? Can you give us just a little perfection in this world? Can you look in the camera and do your thing?
For who?
For me and for whoever you're not liking right now. For my crowd and forever you're not liking right now.
And I'll tell you what, I was riding down the street the other day and I saw a man in a Toyota Prius. Now, a Toyota Prius is a green car, but this man had a cigarette in his hand, and he would ride down the road hanging that cigarette out the damn window. And so if you drive in a green car and you think you're doing a good thing, and then finally you take a last drag on that cigarette and you throw that off in the streets of Los Angeles, California, I got a problem with you. I got a real big problem with your sorry ass. Next time you get your little Toyota Prius and you light up your cigarette and start smoking on it, throw that buck in the ashtray, and that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so. Yeah!